Welcome to Unbiased and On the Fence. Well, someone requested to see how exactly the decals are made, so I thought I would include a little clip of it at the beginning, and I'll follow it up with how to actually install the decals on the car. It's pretty much like a bumper sticker or any other kind of sticker, except it will have transfer tape on the top of it. So what you're looking at here is the machine I use. It's called a plotter, and it just basically has a little blade that follows the design that I make and makes little cuts into the vinyl sheet. And then once it's done, you can see here that I've got to, they call it weed out the part that you don't want. And you just peel out all the parts that won't be part of the final decal. And I sped it up here because it's kind of a tedious process. As you can see, it takes a little bit of time. So I sped it up so it's not so boring. But basically, you can see you just go in, you take out all the parts you don't want, and you're left with the part that you do want. And then this is the part that's a little different than a bumper sticker. The designs get a piece of transfer tape over the top of them, and that's just simply to hold everything in place so that it can be installed without being real flappy. And a lot of times there's little pieces like you see the center of the R, nothing's really holding that piece. So that's what the tape is designed. The center of the O there would be nothing to hold it. So because of that, you got to have a piece of tape just to apply it to the window or whatever you're using or putting it on. And like I mentioned before, you can apply this to any smooth surface, really, indoor or outdoor. It's rated for 5+ years in the weather, the sun, so you can put it on your window. You can actually put it on your paint on the car, and yeah, it will last 5 years. And here's the 3D to 5D design. I just showed a few of them here. And once you take out all the little pieces, that's not going to be part of it. Add a little piece of tape over the top of it. It's basically like a big piece of masking tape. It's non-sticky. It doesn't leave a residue or anything, so it just holds everything in place so it can be applied. Now I'm going to show you actually two different methods for putting it on, a dry method and a wet method. And the wet method is good if you're going to go on paint. On glass, you can just use the dry method, but you want to make sure the surface is clean. Just use glass cleaner or anything you want, and just make sure it's free of any debris, just like any other sticker. And then you're going to peel off the front, and you'll pull it up by the tape that's on the front. And like I said, the tape just holds it all in place. And with the dry method, you'll just basically line it up, but once it's stuck on there, you can't really peel it up. And that's why I'm going to show you the wet method too, because it allows you to move it around afterwards. Really, the dry method works fine unless you don't think you can get it straight when you put it on the first time. But you can just use, a credit card or anything and just sort of smooth it out. And the thing with the dry method, as you'll see here, once you get it stuck on there, you'll just peel off the tape on the top, and you're pretty much all done with it. But as you can see right here, there's little bitty air pockets that you can try to work towards the edge with the credit card. Sometimes tapping it with your finger works. Works a lot better if it's wet. But yeah, you just kind of work it towards an edge. And but sometimes you'll see like here it's stuck there. You can go back with a little straight pin or something and poke it later and let the air escape out of there, and the glue will seal up the hole, so you don't have to worry about the little pinhole that you put in there. But now the wet method, you just wet the area just with water, and you can get it. I mean, you can't get it too wet, to be honest with you. You just get it nice and soaking wet like you see here, and you see I'm able to move it around on there to line it up just like I want it. And that works great for the paint too. So if you're going to put it on the paint, this ensures you don't get any of those air pockets, or if you do, you're able to work them out real easily. So once you get it stuck on there and you got it where you want it to be, then just take the credit card and squeegee out all of the water from underneath. And once you get all the water worked out of it, then you can pull up the tape. I would just keep working it out until you see all the water coming out of there. And then holding the tape flat and kind of wiggling it will ensure it doesn't pill up, because there's no way to get it completely dry under there. But that holding it close makes sure you don't move the decal, and then you can just dab it to get the water off of there. And careful not to rub it too hard at first. It dries in like an hour or two, just really depending on the weather. But you can just dab it and get most of the water that's left off of it. And you see here, there's no air bubbles in this. So on glass, it's no big deal to poke little holes in it, but on the paint, you don't really want to poke a hole in it because you'll poke into the paint underneath it. So the wet method is better for the paint. But that pretty much wraps it up. It's really easy to do. It looks difficult, but it's easy. And I'm going to wrap this up. If anybody didn't get in on the first batch of decals, I'm going to finish this out with the information so you can raise awareness and help support the channel at the same time. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I want to thank all of you guys for all the love and support. If you like the work I do here on the channel and you are willing and able to help out, PayPal gifts of $10 or more will get you one of these decals of your choice in white or silver. They can be applied to any surface, indoor or outdoor, and they last over 5 years in the elements. So just email the address you want it sent to along with your choice of decal, and you can start raising awareness wherever you display it. Thanks again. Thank you.